Scrapping a DC to AC power inverter. This is another thing you see at a lot of flea markets and yard sales and that kind of thing. This does not work. I've said it 1,000 times and said in all my videos. If it works, you're better off trying to sell it to somebody that can use it. This one does not work. We'll put our gloves on here. These are pretty simple. Have a screw on each end, or 2 screws on each end. Look like somebody's already been into this one to try to fix it or whatever. So they've got a couple of screws already out. You take those screws loose, take them out, and on the power cord side, you have your switch where you plug in your on-off switch there. Just take your wire clippers, clip those wires close to the switch, and take that out. Now this plate is aluminum, so you can compress those switches and plug there if it don't pop off and fly out into the floor. Just compress those switches together and they'll slide out the front. Put that in your copper bearing or insulated copper wire bucket, and that's going to be an aluminum plate there. Put that back. And on the cord side, just grab your cord and that whole mechanism will slide out. And most of these, including this one, that's a good heavy piece of aluminum there. So I'll set that aside. This board is green on this side, brown on this side, as you can tell. There's a few little board there with a processor. Those, you can kind of just work those back and forth, and eventually they'll break loose. And these little boards there with the EEPROM type processors on there are #1 grade board. This brown board, because it's got some insulation on the back of it and really heavy solder, is low grade board. And there, just keep bending that back and forth and that little board will break off. That's a good little #1 grade board there. You'll have one on the other side. Again, just keep working it back and forth and they'll break loose. And as far as the boards goes, that's really the only thing that's of any value on this as far as the boards goes. You got that low grade board. If you can take low grade board to a yard, there's that other board, then low grade board's worth messing with. Me, I don't have that opportunity because nobody in my immediate area takes computer waste at all. So low grade board, it's not financially advisable to try to ship this stuff off low grade, because you wind up having more in shipping costs than you do in the actual board itself. But a couple more screws there, and you got 2 good aluminum heat sinks there to go in your heat sink. There's a copper bearing there to put in your copper bearing box. Sometimes these, scratch that off a little bit, these will be copper on the inside. You can clip those off, and a little bit of wiring. Of course, another aluminum board, and however much wire was on it. So again, it's worth opening those things up and scrapping them out and dividing things up, because you're going to get more money out of it than just throwing it in your steel shred. So that's scrapping a DC to AC power converter. Again, get out there and make you some money. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. I'll try to answer the questions the best I can. And again, thanks for watching, and happy scrapping.